Hello, everyone. I am Commissioner Ted Ellis, and I serve as Vice Chair of the 400 Years of African American History Commission. I am passionate about my heritage and passionate about my art. I paint subjects that are representative of the many facets of American life, particularly African American culture and history, as I know it. I like to think of myself as a creative historian. I was put here to record history, all aspects of American culture and heritage. My sole purpose has always been to educate through my art. As such, I see the manifestations of Dr. King's word and his actions throughout his 39 years of life as retold by my mind's eye in black, white, and in color on canvas. During his opening remarks during the 47th annual convention of the NAACP convention, Dr. King tells the story of the arrival and plight of Africans into American soil. He states, "It was in the year of 1619 that the Negro slaves first landed on the shores of this nation. They were brought here from the soils of Africa. And unlike the Pilgrim Fathers who landed in Plymouth a year later, they were brought here against their wills. For more than 200 years, Africa was raped and plundered, her native kingdoms disorganized, her people and rulers demoralized, and the whole continent inflicted with pains and burdens hardly paralleled by any race of people in the whole history of the civilized world. Throughout slavery, the Negro slave was treated in a very inhumane fashion. There were things to be used, not persons to be respected. They were merely depersonalized cogs in a vast plantation machine. The famous Dred Scott decision of 1857 well illustrates the status of the Negro during slavery. In this decision, the Supreme Court of the nation affirmed that the Negro was not a citizen of the United States. He was merely property subject to the dictates of his owner. That was the attitude that prevailed throughout. We've broken loose from slavery, and we have moved through the wilderness of legal segregation. Now we stand on the promised land of integration. As one studies the majestic sweep of American history, he cannot help but be astounded and fascinated by the tremendous progress that has been made in so many areas. The scientific and technological advances made by this nation still astound and stagger the imagination. Through our technological genius, we have been able to construct skyscrapers and buildings with their prodigious towers steeping heavenward. Through our advances in medical science, we have been able to cure many dread plagues and diseases, and thereby prolonging our lives and make for greater security and physical well-being. Through scientific ingenuity of the Wright brothers, the airplane was invented. With this instrument, we have been able to dwarf distance and place time in chains. Yes, we have been able to carve highways through the stratosphere. Through nuclear energy, we are delving into the mysteries of creation of matter. But there is another side of our national life, which is not so bright. In the midst of all of our scientific and technological advances, we still suffer the plague of racial conflict. We have not learned the simple art of loving our neighbor and respecting the dignity and worth of all human personality. Through our scientific genius, we have made of the world a neighborhood. But through our moral and spiritual genius, we have failed to make of our nation a brotherhood. This is the chief moral dilemma of our nation. This tragic dilemma, which we now confront, leaves the nation and the church with a tremendous challenge. As Dr. King and thousands of volunteers marched, fought, and sacrificed, he further asked critical questions of our nation. He asked, how long? Not long, because no lie can live forever. How long? Not long. You shall reap what you sow. How long? Not long. How long? Not long, because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. Recognizing that we have much further to go, he continues to motivate masses to serve by saying, human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of justice requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle. The tireless exertions and passionate concerns of dedicated individuals. In another quote, Dr. King's voice continues to challenge us by leaving these words in our minds and hearts. An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. As we write a new history, the images of struggle, of justice, of freedom, of equality, and of service will continue to come into view. And so, as Dr. King encouraged, if we cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. I serve through my art by providing workshops for youth or for seniors, or to inspire, or to educate, or to comfort. Perhaps you may be among those who are in the front lines in pursuit of justice, or maybe like thousands of volunteers during the civil rights movement, you serve in a support role to others who might lead. Whatever your gift, everybody can be great because everybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love.